Welcome to the Canadagraphs Top 50 Spoilers and Honourable Mentions list. This will be a series of videos that will break down the largest spoilers I have given you over the last 10 plus years. I've spent the time asking you, the fans, looking at statistics and putting in my own input to build this list. There will be 50 ranked and a handful of honorable mentions. The videos are going to be broken down into 3 or 4 segments because putting them all into one would just be too long of a watch for anybody. So here is part 1, numbers 31 through 50, and the honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. Arrow Season 7, Episode 20, Roy returns as Arsenal. Well, Roy had been back on the show throughout the season. It was all set in the future, and there was definitely no hints to him returning to the role of Arsenal in the current day anytime soon. So when I saw him on set that night, a lot of fans were more than shocked. Arrow Season 6, Episode 1, Lian Yu survivors. After the island's explosion at the end of Season 5, there was a ton of talk about who might have survived. After I made it to a set for the Season 6 premiere, we got the answers to the fates of some of them. The Flash, Season 6, Episode 18, Godspeed returns. While the show had hinted we would see Godspeed return down the road with their Season 6 premiere, there was nothing leading up to seeing him on set in Episode 18 to suggest it would be this season. So when we saw him on set that night, it was definitely a wow moment. Legends of Tomorrow, Season 5, Episode 0, Crisis on Infinite Earths, first look at the Anti-Monitor, and the big finale fight. With a dozen heroes and the Anti-Monitor on set, the buzz around this set was big. But with so many big reveals going on through Crisis, the impact of this moment was a bit less than maybe if it had happened 2 weeks earlier in production. Still a cool moment. The Flash, Season 1, Episode 22. Barry, Ronnie Raymond, and Oliver Queen versus Reverse Flash. Seeing Oliver dressed as Elsa him along with Ronnie Raymond and the Flash against Reverse Flash had fans shocked at the time. Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Episode 23, Season Finale Scenes. The biggest moment of the night was seeing Emma Swan holding the dagger, but there was also moments with a couple of the show's more popular couples being on the set. Supergirl, Season 2, Episode 22, Supergirl vs. Superman fight. This was a big night with lots of stunts going on, but the fight with Super versus Super in a pond was probably the top moment of the night from people that got to see it. The Flash, Season 4, Episode 1, Wally West in a red Flash suit. Seeing Keenan Lonsdale in the traditional red suit, the Flash, was a spoiler no one expected at the time. The Flash, Season 2, Episode 5, Dr. Light. When I shot this spoiler, I did not know who the character was yet and asked Twitter for input. Several fan sites ran with the photos the next day based off of my tweet. Now we get on to the top 50 list. Number 50. Legends of Tomorrow, Season 4, Episode 8, Crisis on Earth X. The Flash versus Reverse Flash. This particular set will make the list more than once. There was a lot going on at this location, but in this specific part of the set, we got to see that Barry and Eobard would square off in the 4-show crossover during a scene that we later would see on screen as when Barry would let Eobard get away. Number 49. Once Upon a Time, Season 3, Episode 23, Fairy Tale Land Wardrobes. This set saw several cast in fairy tale wardrobes, which wasn't a large surprise as some had been shown prior to this point. But when Jennifer Morrison as Emma Swan was seen in her fairy tale land attire, fans were much more intrigued about what was going on. Number 48, Arrow, Season 2, Episode 5. Quentin sees Sarah for the first time since he believes she was dead. This was the moment that Quentin Lance would find out his daughter Sarah, who he believed was dead, was very much alive. In the scene, we see him not believing it's her, even pulling a gun on his daughter, but soon he is overcome with emotion and greets her with a hug. Number 47, Hellcats, Season 1, Episode 19, Marti and Julian Kiss. A truly unique selection on this list, as it's the only one that I have video footage of, but no photos. Marti and her teacher Julian would finally get together, as many fans had speculated from the very pilot episode. Number 46, The Flash, Season 6, Episode 9, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Ashley Scott as the Huntress, and Legends of Tomorrow, Season 5, Episode 0, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Nash Wells. Another unique selection for this list was the fact that a spoiler from two separate episodes of two completely different shows was found at the same location. I got the first shot of Ashley Scott in her version of Huntress on the set of The Flash. Meanwhile, I also got a photo of Tom Cavanaugh in his Nash Wells wardrobe for a scene he did there at the same time for the Legends of Tomorrow portion of the crossover. Number 45, Supergirl, Season 4, Episode 9, Elseworlds, the heroes fight Deegan as Bad Superman. Finding the Supergirl set during Elseworlds at BC Place, which is used for a lot of things including Star Labs, wasn't too much of a shock. But finding the heroes in their normal attire and fighting a black-suited Superman in front of a Superman sign was something no one was really expecting, including myself. Number 44, Legends of Tomorrow, Season 5, Episode 0, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Marv Wolfman cameo, the Merged Worlds scene, and the introduction of Weather Witch into Crisis. Crazy enough, when I shot this, and even after I posted it, I was unaware right away that the legendary Marv Wolfman was who was in the scene. I was, like many were, paying more attention to the fact that Weather Witch was in National City, and that the Flash and Supergirl were teaming up for the first signs the worlds had merged. There was a lot going on in that scene, and it's now set up the way that the Arrowverse has gone forward. Number 43, The Flash, Season 6, Episode 8. Negative Flash in the fight versus Bloodwork. Earlier this season, I ran into the set for the two-part mid-season finale on 3 separate occasions over 3 nights. On night 1, it was the spoiler of the Flash being impacted by Bloodwork outside of Star Labs. On another night, it was him fighting Bloodwork and seeing the mother of Ramsey Russo return. Number 42, Once Upon a Time, Season 2, Episode 14, Storybrooke characters make it to New York City. This set in downtown Vancouver was the first time I, or anyone, had seen scenes shot outside of Storybrooke since the pilot episode. Seeing Emma there wasn't a shock, or even Henry. But when we saw Mr. Gold there too, a lot of fans took note and a lot of fans were very curious what it meant. Number 41, Legends of Tomorrow. Crisis on Earth X, Season 3, Episode 8, Citizen Cold. As stated earlier, this set had more than one entry on the list. At one point in the afternoon, there was a scene shot in a small plot of land that had Dominic Purcell as Heatwave, along with Wentworth Miller, but instead of being Captain Cold, Miller was dressed in his new look of Citizen Cold. Number 40, Fringe, Season 5, Episode 1, Adult Etta. When the first week of Season 5 filming started, a couple of monumental moments happened. On this day, we saw the group, minus one notable character, in the future along with the recently cast Georgina Hegg, which we would find out would be playing adult Etta. This was everyone's first chance to see the character on set. Number 39. Arrow, Season 8, Episode 9 and 10, The Oliver Queen Statue and the Memorial Road Sign. Originally, I had this broken down to two different things, but the more I thought about it, it was really all one shoot to me, even though it was two different episodes. Both of these moments were oh wow moments for the fans, but that first look at the statue completely stunned the fans, as it had confirmed what we all assumed but did not yet know to be a fact. Oliver Queen died. Number 38. The Flash, Season 1, Episode 8, The Crossover, The Flarrow Battle. The first big crossover between Arrow and The Flash saw them filming in an alley one night. As I posted at the time, it seemed like the pair were having a combative stance, and the fandoms were reeling from the news. Of course, as we would see on the screen, it was indeed a battle between the pair. Number 37. Supernatural, Season 9, Episode 3. Castiel is dressed different. Going into Season 9 of Supernatural, there was a lot of questions about the show, as there is every off-season. Fans were wondering what was going to happen to their favorite Angel, and these first photos from that season on set of him told us that he was very much human and dressing different. Number 36, Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Episode 3, Captain Swan Kiss. If this had been their first kiss, it might have been ranked higher. But the kiss between Captain Hook and Emma Swan on this set definitely was one that got the fandom buzzing, as the exact status of their relationship at the time of this kiss was still up in the air. Number 35, Hawaii Five-0, Season 4, Episode 5. Adam is taken hostage. Grace Park is pregnant. In a one-off rare opportunity, observant people in Vancouver got to see a little of the CBS crime drama Hawaii Five-0 filming in Vancouver for a few days in their fourth season. The reason, which wasn't publicly known at the time, was to accommodate Grace Park, who had recently had a child and was living in Vancouver. So the production moved to Vancouver for 3 or 4 days to film scenes for multiple episodes that she was needed for. One of those scenes was her TV show boyfriend Adam Noshimuri getting kidnapped. Number 34. Arrow Season 2, Episode 23, The Finale, Battle in the Tunnel. I'll tell you, I worked my butt off to get this set at the time. At the time, it was a holy crap wow set, as I got to see an all-out war between Deathstroke's army and a team of heroes and anti-heroes working together to defeat the army. It was definitely up to that point the biggest fight I had seen, with the most cast involved. Number 33, Once Upon a Time, Season 6, Episode 19. Emma Swan wearing an engagement ring. Several episodes before this, I had broke the news that Captain Hook was intending to ask Emma to marry him. So when she was seen on the set of Episode 19 with an engagement ring on, the fans were talking about it for days. Number 32, Arrow Season 6, Episode 23, Oliver Queen is arrested. By the time Season 6 finale was filming, I think many expected there would be some type of situation with Oliver having to answer for some of the things he had done. So when he did a scene at Burnaby City Hall getting arrested by Samantha Watson and the FBI, it wasn't really a shock, but still a shock. Number 31, The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, The Hotel de Mort sign. The only movie spoiler to make the list was also the only thing on the list that I shot outside of British Columbia. I caught this film shooting in downtown Hamilton in an abandoned hotel they had down there. It was so bad inside people had to wear construction masks in there except when filming their roles. Well, I saw several casts that day. The one set of shots I got that had the internet abuzz at the time was for the Hotel de Mort sign. And that is the end of part 1 of our top 50 spoilers list. I will link part 2 in the description when that is up. Thank you for checking this out, and have a good day.